the modern world, we rely on numerous machines and devices running on electricity to support our living. Home appliances and heavy industrial equipment operation, or our households' lighting and heating, as well as functioning of utility systems that secure stability of megacities and whole countries, all of this is only possible thanks to electric power. In 1831, English physicist Michael Faraday discovered electromagnetic induction based on researches of the Dutch scientist Ørsted and the French Ampere, and built the first electric power generator in the world. Later on, in 1834, he described electrolysis and introduced the concepts of electric and magnetic fields, creating the first electric motor with a wire revolving around the magnet. Maxwell's theory of electromagnetic phenomena in 1873 established equations integrating magnetic and electric characteristics of the field. So it began. Today, electricity is everywhere, simple as air, and we use it as we breathe naturally. The human civilization, its present image and further progress are simply inconceivable without electricity. Life and electricity are now interdependent and indivisible. Electric power stations are now the foundation of a modern energy system. They can be nuclear, thermal, hydraulic, solar, wind or other, depending on the primary energy source, as man invented different ways to generate power. The next component is the network of air or cable lines that transmit hundreds of thousands of volts of electric power for long and extra-long distances to end users. Large federal and civic centers, just as smaller residential areas, receive electric power of thousands of volts, while most of the industrial machines are designed for a 380-volt current, and household appliances run on 220-volt current. So that our industry, city infrastructure, all the end users could use electric power of necessary voltage and the quantity, there is a widespread power grid in place. The structure of a distribution network consists of a great number of components, such as distribution and transformer substations, switchgear and control gear, automatic circuit breakers, emergency power system, and other elements required for stability of supply and safety. As we know, electricity appeared 180 years ago. Within this period of time, a whole industry developed out of a minor invention. Altogether, production, transmission, and distribution of electricity became what we call electric power industry. Thus, power industry includes generation, transmission, and distribution of electrical energy. These functions are inherent in any modern grid system. The sizes of power systems in different countries are colossal. For instance, in Russia, the biggest country in the world, the power is used by dozens of millions of households, schools, hospitals, stadiums, and other facilities. Electric power provides lighting and heating for thousands of Russian cities and communities. Enormous amounts are used for manufacturing facilities, shopping malls, and public transportation. A large and technically sophisticated power grid, consisting of numerous facilities connected with lines of different voltage, is in place to ensure regular power supply to millions of consumers. All power facilities that generate, transmit and distribute electricity consist of many technical elements, high-voltage bushing being one of them. A high-voltage bushing is a lead-in insulator of complex design that contains independent elements of internal and external insulation. It's used for isolating wires in high-voltage buses when passing through the wall of power transformers, induction coils and circuit breakers, or passing walls in floor slabs of buildings. The high-voltage bushing is an important element in any power generation, transmission and distribution system. Its excellence of design and technical features directly influence reliability of power equipment and consequently an uninterruptible power supply to the consumer. The history of electricity began with Oersted, Ampere and Faraday in 1831. 65 years later, Izolyator plant was founded in Moscow in 1896. What came as a start of a successful and long life of the enterprise? The first Izolyator-made product was low-voltage porcelain insulators used for telegraph and telephone lines and railway. Meeting the needs of power industry, first in Tsarist Russia, then in the USSR, the plant continually mastered production of new types of equipment, contributing to the development of the national economy. A great merit in development of the plant itself belongs to its permanent director from 1964 to 1989, Alexander Barkov. In 1992, Izolyator was named after Barkov and reorganized to a public company. In 2007, the plant began a new life, offering ample opportunities with the launch of a greenfield facility in Pavlovskaya Sloboda, Eastern District of Moscow region. Our history took shape in priceless experience and solid foundation for a new stage in the company's life, the 21st century. Today, Izolyator is the largest manufacturer of high-voltage bushings and the only one to design and produce bushings of ultra-high voltage classes in Russia and the CIS countries. Bushings for all generation, transmission and distribution facilities are designed and produced here. Izolyator has the expertise and resources to realize a closed-loop manufacturing cycle, from new product development to a wide range of HV bushings production to after-sales support and technical service. The plant's shop floor is 24,000 square meters. The premises are fitted out with latest generation equipment from leading international and Russian OEMs. The production capacity of the plant allows for delivery of 12,000 HV bushings per year. With Izolyator's market share exceeding 80% in Russia and the CIS countries. With non-CIS exports approaching 20%, our company contributes to global power industry development. The plant employs about 470 people. These highly qualified and, in some cases, unique specialists are led by their chairman of the board, Doctor of Engineering Science Alexander Slavinsky, one of the leading Russian experts in electric engineering and high-voltage equipment. As fate has willed, I'm given an opportunity to improve Izolyator plant, and today I'm leading a team of people sharing our corporate and universal human values, and dedicated to our mission. People truly are the main value of our company. We respect individuality of every person and create environment for fostering talent and capabilities, Alexander Slavinsky said. The plant is the most important part of the enterprise, but only an element in the general structure. Like a power grid, Izolyator functions as a complex organism made of multiple shops and divisions working as one whole. Our sales department is one of the main units of the company, with its key objective to satisfy demands of our customers. A highly professional and close-knit sales team works to maintain Izolyator's leading positions in Russia and worldwide by expanding customer base and sales volumes. An important priority in their work is professional development, as it allows giving closest attention to every customer and building long-term cooperation. The key principle in Izolyator's work with partners and consumers has always been creation of long-term relations for the mutual benefit, the company's commercial director said. The Special Technology Design Office carries out modernization and new product development programs while also taking time to work on customer-specific designs. All new Izolyator products go to the test facility for high-voltage equipment mandatory quality and reliability checks. This facility received Rosstandart certification for technical expertise. Testing is necessary to eliminate risks of high and ultra-high voltage impact on the products. SVN Service Center provides warranty and post-warranty maintenance of the equipment made by Izolyator. The plant has implemented ISO 9001 quality management system. Thus, Izolyator is the latest generation manufacturing complex able to design and manufacture high-voltage insulation equipment that meets strict international quality standards. Izolyator's general line of development is derived from its mission statement. We build foundation for stable and sustainable power supply for the entire society and every human being. The key product made by Izolyator is a high-voltage bushing. These are reliable, durable and easy-to-maintain pieces of equipment with 10 to 1150 kV voltage class range that ensure stable production, transmission and consumption of power in any geographic and climatic conditions. The product range includes all basic types of AC and DC bushings operating in working substances, air-to-oil, air-to-air, oil-to-oil, and oil-to-SF6 gas. The enterprise makes RIP, RIN, OIP, oil and XF6 insulated bushings with external insulation executed with either resin casting or ceramic cover, or hollow-type resin insulator. A wide product range of HV bushings is designed for mass-produced power equipment of domestic and foreign brands. Those are bushings for power transformers and shunt reactors, cable hookup to transformers, oil circuit breakers, leading-in connections and SF6 leadings for completing switchgear. The Engineering Design Office can also adapt the mass-produced bushings to the customer specifications. All bushings are certified according to Russian and international quality standards and can be supplied in any climatic completion. Besides high-voltage bushings, our company designs and upgrades their manufacturing technology. In this regard, our all-time priority is using ecologically clean materials for a minimal environmental impact. We use our more than 100 years' experience of bushings production and modern technology to satisfy requirements of our customers and to contribute to power industry development in the world. Izolyator strives to be a global leader in design, manufacture and implementation of modern technologies in power industry. Izolyator, the largest manufacturer of high-voltage bushings in Russia and CIS, has patented and certified production technologies. Production process sequence depends on the manufactured bushing type. Let us go through the main production phases of bushing with the most modern and prospective RIP insulation technology. At the preparation stage, all necessary materials and completing parts are selected, smaller operations are made with minor parts, and insulating paper is dried. The next step is manufacture of internal insulation of bushings, when winding of insulator core is done with condenser plates used to level electric field. After drying out, the insulation is placed into the saturation and polymerization chambers, where it saturates with a special compound and hardens up. The core is then machined on a lathe and covered with protective coating. Parallel to those operations, the other parts necessary for assembly are made. The next step in producing of a bushing is assembly. Ceramic or resin insulation is used for the external part. Bushings with ceramic insulation are filled with either oil or dry mass. In most designs, the external insulation is made of a special silicon rubber by casting it on the solid internal insulation with subsequent thermal curing. After the casting molds are removed, the external insulation undergoes quality control. Finished bushings, with no exception, are sent out for testing. After that, they are packed and shipped to consumers. Most production phases are computerized. Quality checks are run at every step, from purchase of parts and components to packing finished goods, with controlling procedures including lab test of insulating materials. Due to own patented technologies, best equipment and materials, highly skilled professionals and stage-by-stage control, Izolyator can guarantee the highest technical level and quality of products. Izolyator-made products, without exaggeration, can be considered a keystone of stability for power industry in Russia and other countries, as they are supplied to all essential Russian and foreign power facilities, as well as largest industrial and transport enterprises. In power generation, these bushings are operating at the majority of hydraulic, thermal and nuclear power stations. In power transmission and distribution, Izolyator partners with leading bulk electrical power systems operators and many regional and municipal utility companies. A separate group of customers is made of leading Russian and foreign transformer plants. Today, Izolyator ships its HV bushings to 30 countries around the world. Izolyator products enjoy high demand in Russia, CIS countries, and elsewhere in the world from all sectors of power industry, including generation, transmission, and distribution. Izolyator's dynamic development is furnished by innovative and ecologically friendly technologies, new types of raw materials, and advanced equipment. The enterprise faces the future with confidence, and the staff effectively contributes to achieving the common goals of growing presence on the global market, competitive ability, and profit increase. Many customers have already appreciated such advantages of Izolyator as combination of high product quality and reliability with optimal pricing, flexibility with custom and non-standard designs, meeting delivery deadlines, and high-quality service. Izolyator is always open to cooperation and invites its current and potential customers to new perspective and beneficial projects. Our partners' success is the main priority of Izolyator's development. Izolyator, centuries-old traditions, state-of-the-art technologies.